Liz Cambage and the Los Angeles Sparks agreed to a contract divorce on Tuesday, which really just means that her contract was bought out. What it really means is the Sparks are in the playoff hunt, but they will do it without their prized free agent signing in the 6'8" Liz Cambage. That's a far cry from the excitement that we heard back in February when the Sparks officially announced that they had signed Cambage, and in April when Cambage had this to say on Media Day.
Crowd's gonna be lit, building's gonna be lit, women's basketball's gonna be lit. It's gonna be the most wild summer WNBA's ever seen. That's how I think this summer's gonna go.
Nah, for sure.
And we're gonna have a ring at the end of it.
Definitely wild. Definitely not getting a WNBA championship ring unless she gets a knockoff at the arcade. The way this is all playing out, all signs point toward it being the end of Cambage's basketball career. Because last summer, she also signaled that she will no longer play with the Australian national team after that controversy during a closed scrimmage with the Nigerian team. So let's look at Liz as a player. She was drafted into the league and played as a 19-year-old, which says a lot about her game and her potential in the league. She's a 4-time All-Star in 6 WNBA seasons that she played, a 2-time All-WNBA player. She's one of the most efficient players in the league currently. She's skilled at getting to the free throw line. She's a rim protector as a top 10 blocker almost every single season of her career. Her best years were in 2018 and 2019 when she was easily one of the best players in the league. Then there's her off-the-court impact. She's been open about mental health. She's opened doors for others to speak about it and even take time off to focus on their mental health. She's quick to call out league-wide problems, though admittedly, sometimes she does that without the tact that those issues require. And she's built off-court business interests that may be where she's heading now. And for the WNBA and its players, those off-court interests are important because they're what they fall back on when their careers are over. Possibly most importantly, the thing that we'll remember about Liz Cambage is she brought beef and drama to the forefront. And isn't that what we all love about sports and what we all talk about? Who can forget her quote, "If they can't handle it, get in the weight room or get out of the post" during the postseason. Now the Mystics ended up winning that series and they won the WNBA title that year, but we will always have Liz. But there's also friction, like her reported remarks about the Nigerian national team. Those are a big problem since Nneka and Chineye Ogwumike, who will now carry the Sparks, are Nigerian American. Everything was wild and drama-filled when it came to Cambage, and sometimes it appeared to cross a line. She was reportedly an issue in the locker room, which Yahoo Sports' Chris Haynes detailed from Los Angeles this week. For that and more, it seems like we've seen the last of her in the W. And if this is the last we see of her in the W and in women's basketball in general on the international stage, we're left to talk about what could have been if she had gone further or if she had played more in the W. Her ceiling was so high, and honestly, she never came close to consistently reaching it. Her height could allow her to be dominant in the league, and that's largely what we saw. But we didn't see her constantly putting in that effort, that consistency, that talent in the off-season so that she could improve on it every year and use it to her best advantage like we see in players like Brittany Griner and A'ja Wilson, who used to be her teammate. Liz called it back in April. It's one of the more wild WNBA summers that we have ever seen, and it's not over yet. But it will continue without Liz.